The first time I realized being a twin didn't mean being treated equally. We were 9, our elementary school held a science fair. My sister won first place. I came second, Mom framed her certificate. Mine stayed rolled in a kitchen drawer until the edges curled. I told myself it didn't matter. There would be other milestones. Years later, we both earned acceptance into the same medical school. People loved the story. Twins becoming doctors together. It sounded balanced. Inspirational, the reality was quieter. When my sister matched into pediatrics, Mom mailed announcements to everyone we knew. When I matched into emergency medicine, 2 weeks later, she called and said, "You know people are tired of graduation news." I laughed because it seemed easier than asking why. Medical school didn't erase any of that. If anything, it magnified it. We studied together during first year. By third year, we barely spoke outside rotations. Not because we hated each other, because she had grown used to being celebrated. And I had grown used to disappearing. Graduation arrived on a warm Saturday in May. We crossed the same stage less than 4 minutes apart, same gowns, same degree, same oath. The applause sounded identical from where I stood. By evening, the differences returned. My phone buzzed while I was changing out of my robe. Mom's message was short. "Dinner starts at 6. Please don't come." This was her night, not yours. I read it 3 times. There wasn't even an explanation, just a decision already made. I looked around my apartment. The flowers my classmates had sent sat on the counter. My white coat still rested over a chair. For a few minutes, I considered throwing my phone across the room. Instead, I wrapped the stethoscope I'd bought my sister months earlier. I added a fountain pen engraved with her initials. Then I wrote a card. Not long, just enough. "Congratulations, no matter where life takes us, I'm proud we both became physicians. I hope your patients always feel as seen as they deserve." Before sealing the envelope, I slipped in one photograph. It had been hidden inside an old family album for years. I found it after Dad died. The picture showed 2 toddlers wearing matching toy doctor coats. Mom was kneeling beside us. Her hands rested proudly on my sister's shoulders. I was standing less than a foot away. Only half of me remained inside the frame. The edge had been deliberately trimmed. If you looked carefully, you could still see my tiny hand reaching toward Mom. The cut wasn't accidental. The scissors had left a clean line. On the back, in Mom's handwriting, were 4 words. Perfect picture after trimming. I never asked her about it. I never needed to. I mailed the package that afternoon. I expected my sister to open it later. Instead, the master of ceremonies picked it up during dinner. Apparently, guests had been invited to send written messages. The MC smiled. "We have one from her twin." The room clapped politely. He opened the envelope. He admired the gift. "Write my card exactly as written," then he paused. "There seems to be a photograph enclosed." He lifted it even from across the ballroom. I saw him turn it over. His expression changed. He read the words on the back without adding commentary, just quietly. Perfect picture after trimming. The room stopped moving. No forks, no glasses, no whispers. Just silence. Mom stood so quickly her chair tipped backward. She hurried toward the stage. "Don't read any more." The event coordinator stepped directly into her path. "I'm sorry," she said calmly. "Please allow the program to continue." It wasn't dramatic, no shouting, no security. Just one professional refusing to let someone interrupt an official event. The MC looked uncertain, then at my sister. She nodded once. He continued. "This card simply says, 'Congratulations, no matter where life takes us, I'm proud we both became physicians.'" He folded the card, nothing else, no accusations, no explanation. He held up the photograph one final time before placing it back inside the envelope. The silence somehow became heavier. My sister walked to the microphone herself. She didn't cry. She didn't look at Mom. She asked only one question. "When was this taken?" Nobody answered. She looked at the handwriting again, then at the cropped edge where my tiny hand still reached into a picture that had never fully included me. She thanked everyone for coming. Ended the speeches early, that was all. She called me the next morning. I didn't know, I know. I thought you just stayed away. I was asked to. Another long silence. I wish I'd known sooner. So do I. We never became close overnight. Some things don't heal because the truth is finally spoken. Some only stop pretending. Months later, she placed that photograph inside a new frame. Not the cropped one, the original. Dad had kept the negative. A photography lab restored the missing edge. For the first time in decades, both little girls stood side by side. Neither one cut away. The frame sits in her office now, not because it reminds her of what our mother did, because it reminds both of us that recognition arrives late for some people, but late is still different from never.